A polynomial function p is given by p of x equals negative x times the quantity x minus 4 times the quantity x plus 2. What are all intervals on which p of x is greater than or equal to 0? Well, basically what I want to do is I want to find everywhere here where I have a positive function. So this is what I know. This is a cubic, okay? Not only is a cubic, if I were to multiply this all out, the most important part is negative x times x times x is going to give me negative x cubed. Now, a cubic that is graphed that has a positive leading coefficient looks like that. I don't want that. This is a negative leading coefficient, so I'm going to get a cubic that looks like this. Now, I'm going to make over here what's called a sign table. And in my sign table, I'm going to label all of my zeros, which can be found from back in this polynomial. So using the zero product property, I know that one of my zeros is going to be negative x equals 0. So one of my zeros is x. X minus 4 equals 0. So if you add 4, you get 4. And x plus 2 equals 0. So if you subtract 2, you get negative 2. So my zeros are negative 2, 0, and 4. Why is that important? Because this graph is going to cross the x-axis at 3 spaces, negative 2, 0, and 4. So when I graph this, it hits negative 2, comes back up, goes through 0, comes back down, goes through 4. So my graph for everything below negative 2 is positive. My graph for everything between negative 2 and 0 is below, so negative. My graph for everything between 0 and 4 is positive. And my graph for everything after 4 is negative. I care about when my polynomial is positive. So my polynomial is positive for everything less than negative 2. So they want me to use interval notation. So I'm going to say everything less than negative 2. I'm allowed to include 0. So I'm going to say, I wrote down the wrong thing. I'm going to say everything between negative infinity to negative 2, but also including 2. Is that it? Nope. I can include everything in between 0 and 4, so I'm going to include 0, and I'm going to go to 4. Boom. Those are my two intervals, which appears to be D. All right, there you have it. A little sign graph action.